Today I messed up by itching my balls. I am currently in the midst of this. To start, I work with my hands all day and lately I've been experiencing some very bad cramping and possible tendinitis. To help alleviate this I've been using deep heat spray until today where I've been using deep freeze instead since I heard it's supposed to be better. So here I am, laid in bed, nice hot cup of tea, all very snug and settled down for the night. That is until I got an itch down below, but no biggie, I'll just take care of it as usual. Scritch scritch, except my dumbass forgot I just applied a good blast of deep freeze to my very painful hand 5 minutes ago. You can probably see where this is going. The lovely menthol solvent didn't get on my balls, fellow reader, no. It got on my now very angry penis as my hand slid under the duvet. At first it felt kinda nice, if I'm honest, though I knew this wouldn't last and now I'm here, eyes watering wondering what I did to deserve this. Today I messed up by removing part of my own body. It all started around 15 years ago. I woke up one morning and went to use the restroom. Had a super itchy spot on the inside of my right thigh, high up on my leg right next to the undies line. After it itched for several hours I finally decided to investigate the area. Found a large blackhead and promptly squeezed it out. The end. Except it wasn't. A couple months go by and the itching is back. I didn't remember the initial blackhead incident at this time so I didn't investigate the area for a day or two. When I finally did, I found a small skin tag had developed. Guys and gals, this is right in the area that chafes every time I take a step. It's uncomfortable. Over the next decade it grows from about 1 mm in diameter to a healthy 4 to 5 mm. Luckily it's not too horrible so I just dealt with it daily. Until about a week ago. We go to Vegas. If you've never been, it includes a ton of walking. As in probably about 10 miles a day on average. We are there 4 days total. So I can tell it's been getting more uncomfortable as the days pass on our vacation, but I hadn't looked at it until the night we got home. I opened the inside of my leg to see what looks like an engorged tick. No longer a deflated 4 to 5 mm, this motherfucker is a fat goddamn 8 mm. He's purple, he's angry, and holy moly is he painful. I know I need to do something but I don't know what. I'm desperate. So, I tied some floss around it as tightly as I could a day and a half ago. A day passes with no change. I tie another piece of floss around it, this time tighter than the first. It hurt so bad, guys. I swear it had its own central nervous system at this point. It might have even grown a small brain. I'm certain it cried out when it was cut off from the main blood supply. This morning it was crusty and black. I tried to pull it off but it was still tethered to my healthy skin. I knew what I need to do. I grabbed the nearest pair of scissors and sheared it right the hell off. The blood. Jesus, the blood. I'm fairly certain I could have lost an arm in a car accident and bled less. No amount of pressure is making it stop. Who knows, maybe it had grown so strong it had taken over my blood-making abilities for itself and I'm doomed to a death I unwittingly chose. I'll know soon enough. For now though, it's in the trash. I feel like 92% of the man I was last week. 15 faithful years of partnership and now it must make its own way in life. At this point I know it'll be just fine. Probably was just ready to spread its fleshy wings and succeed. Maybe as a professional stock trader, or perhaps a politician? As a meaningless chunk of flesh it'll fit right in. I do feel as though a small, swollen part of my soul is gone. It's true that time heals all wounds, but I wonder if someday it'll find itself looking out a misty train window and think of me. Today I messed up by asking for something and getting it. A couple of things for context, my ex and I broke up a couple months ago due to him wanting to focus on his mental health, which I fully supported. We had a really good relationship from what I could tell and were pretty open and honest with each other. A week or so after breaking up I admittedly sent an uncalled for text along the lines of "I wish you were shitty to me" or something so this would all hurt less. I know. Very immature considering I'm 30. We got into an argument about it and we've spoken kind of on and off since, with it being awkward and tense. He says I was horrible to him but only from that one text. I even asked him if I was horrible during the relationship because I want to know to better myself. Anyway, he drunk texts me a few days ago and he asks why do I love you and says the thing about me being horrible to him. Which ultimately ends up with us sexting. So we quasi-talk a little and even mention going to visit each other. We were long distance, about 3 hours separate. So yesterday we were talking more and ended up once again sexting and sending videos back and forth. He finishes and when I go to send a video back, he had me blocked. He completely used me to get off. I guess you get what you ask for in the end. Today I messed up by thinking someone was good at pool. So I'm at a bar with a couple friends, playing pool for fun, no stakes or anything. Just a friendly game of pool. When this woman walks in, grabs a drink at the bar, then walks over to the pool tables and propositions us for a game of pool. Best 2/3 wins $100. I'm not stupid enough to not recognize a hustle when I see it. So I pass on the opportunity. I'm decent at pool, but I'm nowhere near good. My friends also pass on the offer. Same reasoning effectively. We all think we're getting hustled. So she walks over to the other pool table and we watch her give the same proposition to a group of college-aged kids. Except they take the offer. So I decide to watch them, and what I witness can only be described as the worst game of pool ever played. This woman potted the white more times than I could count. I mean, she fouled so much the other guy didn't even have to set up half his shots. I was flabbergasted, but I figured this was the play. She loses the first game, then goes all out in the second game. The second game is the second worst game of pool I've ever witnessed. I counted one ball she potted on her own. She was knocking balls everywhere but the pockets, but at least she only fouled a couple times this game. I figured this has to be some kind of like 4D chess hustle, but after she lost, she said, "Good games, I need to practice," paid for another drink and left. So I'm standing there, jaw on the floor, realizing that I just lost out on $100 because I thought I was getting hustled. Today I messed up by having sex while my sister was still in the house. Alright, so this happened about an hour ago. My 23 girlfriend, 24, and I still live with our parents, mostly just saving up until we can afford to move out. Every Wednesday we come to my house to do the nasty as everyone is out of the house until about 8 p.m. When we got to my house, my sister, 20, was still at home, which wasn't unusual for around 5 p.m. so we decided to go get some dinner and come back. As we arrive we notice my sister's car is gone, so that means it's time to get busy. It's important to note that the air conditioning is on while all of this happens. We start out with foreplay and heavy fingering and then go at it like animals for about half an hour. At this point I've finished and am working on getting her across the finish line too. That's when I hear it, a door creak. Mind you, I've lived in this house for 20 years, this isn't the screen door, it's not even the front door, it's my fucking sister's bedroom door. We both scramble to get our clothes on as quickly and quietly as possible while I'm considering every possible reason the door could have creaked by itself. A few minutes later I find the courage and open the door. I don't see anyone, but then my sister walks through the hallway. I'm stuck with a dumb look on my face staring at her, and she only says, "What?" I say nothing and walk back into my room. My girlfriend and I make our escape, and now I'm writing this at a local eatery. My problem now is that there is no good solution for what actually happened. She either did leave the house and came home mid-fuck and we didn't notice because of the AC, she was either home the entire time and she somehow didn't hear with a combination of AC and headphones, or she was home the entire time and she's pretending nothing happened. Either way I can never know.